What's your inspiration for playing the violin?
Violinist, actually. I went to, when I was a kid, my parents would take me to orchestra concerts, me and my sisters, and the violinists, they always got the fast parts, they always got the melodies and the solos, and a violinist would always come tune the orchestra before the show, and so it just was very apparent to me who the star of the orchestra was.
Well, you got it on key, so.
So yeah, I knew. I had a game plan from age 5. Yes?
How old is too young to get your little one started? Mine loves you, but she's only 3. I really want to get her started on it. 3?
Well, man, you can. I mean, I know 3-year-old, parents that have started their kids at 3. I didn't start till I was 6. I think when a kid has a desire to start or do something, I think it's important to feed that excitement. Because I begged for lessons, and that's what kind of I think fueled me for a while, was the thought that I had chosen it. It was my thing. I was excited about it. And so even if it's just getting him a little toy that she can kind of like play around with for a while, I know some people say 4 is a good age to start, but I think anywhere between 4 and 6 is a great age. Yeah. I want to start actually this fall. I want to work on violin tutorial material, like a book and a DVD. And I was thinking more of just doing violin instruction, but possibly I could teach my dance secrets. I don't know. Then there's going to be a bunch of Lindsey Stirlings dancing around. Well, yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll do the violin first, and then I'll make if you want an exercise routine for while you practice, here's that. Yes.
What's your favorite thing you've ever performed? Like the Elements video, or when you danced in the ice houses, like up in Colorado? What's your favorite?
My favorite, so what was my favorite video?
A favorite thing you performed, or place you've been?
Place I've been. Where we filmed Dragon Age was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. It was in Norway, and we were driving up through these canyons, and it was just absolutely stunningly gorgeous. But then we kept going up the mountain more and more, and everything started dying, and everything started being covered with ice. And I was like, why are we leaving behind everything that's so beautiful? And why is it so cold? It was actually the worst experience of my life, but it turned into a great video. Literally though, like everybody, I'm looking out the car window when we arrived, and everybody was covered except their eyeballs, and like they're wrapped around with scarves and everything. And I had to get out there with just like my little costume, like a normal outfit, and they had a guy on set just to make sure I didn't get frostbite. Like that was his only job, was to like make sure I didn't get frostbite. Anyways, so it turned out great. But that was one of the most beautiful places at the bottom of that mountain. Yeah.
This is a question for everybody on the crew. Has anybody seen Velva walking around?
I saw her today a little bit.
She was here today.
I still haven't run into her personally, but I saw her running around today.
Yeah.
She had a camera behind her too.
You know what that means. Yeah, so she made it to Arizona. She wouldn't miss my hometown show. No, not a chance. Always one step. Well, she still doesn't know Lindsey though, so yeah.
This is kind of a chicken or an egg question for the song Shadows. Did you have the inspiration for the video first or the song?
Actually, the video for that one. I really wanted to dance with my shadow. I love Peter Pan, and I was like, that'd be so fun. And I choreographed, this kind of like idea in my head, and I just had to write a song and fit it.
It's an amazing song.
Thank you.
One of my favorites.
Well, thank you so much. Yes.
I've been trying to start at my Taekwondo school to play the violin while I've been in there before my teacher comes in. Do you have any tips on like not breaking your violin, or like did you have any accidents when you first started like dancing with it?
Breaking your violin.
Yeah.
I guess my first advice is
Don't break it.
I didn't start moving and playing the violin until I was actually 19. I started when I was 6. So, first and foremost, one must learn to hold the violin properly. Because, you know, actually, someone had a left-handed violin today at meet and greet, and I tried holding it. Yeah, I was holding it, and I was like, the violin is so awkward. Like, I don't even know how to hold this backwards. So yeah, first you have to get really comfortable with just how to hold the thing, and then once you're very comfortable and you're playing, then you can start. Were you taekwondoing while playing?
Yeah.
I would say first learn the violin, and then you can do your kicks.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Ooh, and I broke the glass. So we had glass there that I could use for certain parts of the video, and I'd like look through the glass, and there were close-ups so that you could see that texture of the actual glass. But then for most of the video, that snow globe was done afterwards. Like it wasn't actually even there on the set, and so then they did special effects to put that snow globe around me. But everything else was there, and so it was even snowing. So yeah, they just didn't have the globe yet. Yeah.
When are you going to do a collaboration?
Oh, they actually asked me to do the one that they did. Studio C's a comedic group on YouTube, and they did a parody of me, and they actually asked me to be in it, and I was all over the place, and I couldn't get home, so we were on tour for so long. So they finally gave up on me and did it without me, but hopefully someday. And it was her playing a tuba. It was Lindsey Stirling's sister, who's a jazz tuba player. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. They wanted me to be in it, like dancing with the tuba player. But it was really funny. She did. In the back, yeah.
Do you plan on doing more tracks with singing in the future? Because I know you have Firefly, which is absolutely beautiful. Your voice is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So do you plan on doing more singing in the future as well?
I don't know. I think on my next album, I definitely want to have. I think I would like to have one song that I sing, and you know, I'll just kind of gradually tiptoe into it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Do you ever get stage fright?
I always get a little bit nervous before I come on stage because, you know, it's I'm human and I make mistakes. You have good days, you have bad days, and so meeting all of you guys. It just makes me want so badly to do like the best performance that I can. So every night I get a little bit of a like, ooh, got little butterflies before I go on stage because I think it's a sign that I still am passionate about and I care so much and I want to do my best. Yeah.
So what goes through your mind when you're performing up on stage?
It's a variety of things. I mean, you know, it's funny how, you know, it's actually pretty amazing how the human mind is so, like, multitasking, because sometimes I'm in the moment and I'm looking at people's faces and it's like this incredible connecting experience, and then other times there's parts where I have to really focus and it's like, okay, this part, okay, get the choreography, you know, get the notes on too, and then other times all of a sudden I'm like, whoa. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat after the show. How long have I been out? How long have I been in this haze? You know, but yet I made it through an entire song, like with choreography, and you're like, it's like driving a car when you like all of a sudden are at your destination and you're like, shit, how did I get here? I know that happens to other people, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mixture of this like cycle, but my favorite moments are the moments when I almost like lose consciousness, and it's like this flow experience of just being in that moment, and that's when it's like magic, and it's like time passes so quickly, but you know, you're filled with this energy. That's my favorite state of the cycle. Yes?
What was your most embarrassing moment on stage?
I've had so many.
You called out the wrong city once.
I did. Oh. I'm so jealous! It was Houston, Texas. It was bad. It's the only time I've ever been booed on stage.
It wasn't like it was more like a aww.
It was like, there's definitely a couple boos. Luckily I was sick, and like visibly sick, like I was like coughing, and so I was like, I'm sick, you can't boo me. And then they started cheering. Right. I've fallen before, once. Yes, there's videos online of it. And it was a bad fall. It was like full on, like bounce on your butt several times fall. Right in the middle of Crystal Live. So everybody's like,
Breaking out. There's also usually like a metal riser over there, and you came darn close to hitting your head right on that thing. We're like,
that was in my head. I was like, I'm gonna hit the riser. I'm gonna break my tailbone. Like legs up in the air, skirt, everything. I did. And everybody, it's so funny, the comments on the video of it are like, oh, she actually does play live. Because sure enough, the violin went, and the music stopped, the violin stopped, so everyone's like, okay.
She's not lying.
That's right. Wouldn't that be embarrassing if I was? That'd be Ashley Simpson.
So, did you ever have any doubts about making this your career, or did you just always know this is what you wanted?
I didn't always know this is what I wanted. I always loved music, and I knew it would be a part of my life. But I went to college to do both film and to be a therapist, actually. And then the more I was in school, the more I was just like drawn to music, and I just couldn't think about anything else. And all my free time suddenly was playing with bands, playing open mic nights, like, doing whatever I could to do music. And I definitely had doubts sometimes, especially the really just like, I had many discouraging times, and the road to success looks like this.
Yeah.
So, during those discouraging times, definitely there's moments where you're like, is this worth it? Like, this is not happiness right now, But it's all about making it through the discouraging times, and it's actually what made me a much better artist and a deeper person, and very, very appreciative for everything that I know, that we all now have is those times, so. Yeah.
How did you all meet each other? Start playing with each other?
Yeah. Well, Drew, I met before my first, 2 days before my first ever show. I needed a drummer and a keyboard player, and so, friend of a friend, ended up calling Drew, and we met, like I said, 2 days before the show, rehearsed, and Drew's played every show since then.
I think we're around over 350 shows now.
Wow.
Yeah, and a little under 3 years.
Dang.
And then Kit actually has just joined us on the road about a week ago.
Wow. Needles.
A week ago today. He's a week in. And Kit came on this week because Gabi got diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And so we are all praying for Gabi. Any of your prayers would be so helpful, and just showing him all the love that you can, whether it's through social media or whatever it is. But he's actually doing well. He started treatment today, so it's really good that that's happening. But yes, Kit is wonderful, and he learned all the music in 4 days to come on tour with us and make this tour happen. So we owe a lot to Kit for doing this.
That's just how you roll, so.
Yeah, Drew had to learn all the songs in about the same amount of time. I'm kind of a last minute person.
Spontaneity.
Yeah.
Words of encouragement to the younger generation coming up wanting to have this as part of their life.
Are you guys musicians or just words of encouragement? I think one of the hardest things for this generation to deal with, which wasn't a part of my growing up, is just the amount of criticism that you're faced with, whether you want it or not. Especially, I think, as an artist, we wear our heart on our sleeves, and it's really hard sometimes to take all the critique that you can get. And so I would say my best advice is to share your art, because that's one of the things that I love to do. It kind of brings me alive, is to be able to share my art, but be able to see the good through the bad. The bad always stands out so much more, but you always realize there's actually a lot more good comments and critique than there is bad. And that's just with everything. Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you were on stage in front of peers? And how did you gather your strength, and who rallied around you to help you realize what you wanted to do and to keep true to yourself?
Yeah, on America's Got Talent, I got kicked off the show, and Piers Morgan, he told me a bunch of really mean things as I was standing on stage. in front of millions of viewers, and the thing that was running through my head was literally just don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Like just, that's all I could think about, and I just felt like all my dreams had been crushed because, if they didn't accept me on that stage for some reason, that's all I could see in that moment was that stage, that moment, that judge, and I thought it was over. And thankfully, though, I have really supportive people in my life. My family being the most important, and they were there that night for me, and they've been with me every step of the way, supporting me. And I think trusting your gut. I knew in my heart, even though it hurt, I knew I wasn't done. I knew there was more to do, and I just felt this strong calling and drive, and it pushed me through it. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of a quick follow-up question, how did it feel to be back in the music hall in New York around Howard, Stern, LB, and Heidi, and of course Howie Mandel?
Going back to America's Got Talent as a guest performer was pretty amazing because it was just like I got to relive the worst moment of my life, but make it right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, a lot of times we all have these like, you try to bury these memories and never think about them again, but it's really cool to get a second chance at what I thought was going to be the biggest moment of my life that I thought I blew, and to be able to go back and do it the way that I wasn't even ready to do the kind of performance that I knew I could do at that point, and be able to go back and do it the way I wanted to with, it was amazing, and it was almost like liberating, like almost kind of healing.
Most of you did some of the things that Pierce said you couldn't do. You actually were lifted up. You said you couldn't fly, and that's how you could fly. And then also, I noticed the judges were everyone was standing when you finished your
Standing ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool moment. Yeah. I use a lot of Yamaha violins, and so they're designed the way they are, but then I go and I bedazzle them, and I and change the color and do things to them. So I just tweak them.
What's the process you guys use to make songs? Like, do you make something and then it just adds in, or what do you guys do?
So usually I work with producers, and then we'll make the back tracks together and kind of make this like skeleton of a track, rough. I write over the top of it and find the melodies. A lot of it is just done through improvisation until I find my melodies that I love, and then we'll finish the tracks. And then usually Drew and Gavi in the past have just kind of figured out how to turn it from a record into a live performance. So, all right, maybe last question, yeah.
What's the best question you've ever had in the Q&A?
Best question? That one. What's the best question I've ever had? Oh, that's the most unique. Someone raised their hand one time and said, "Do you like cilantro?" I said, "Yes." And then I thought there was like a
follow-up.
And then it was like, oh, that was it.
Yeah, let's go this way.
I don't know.
People have asked to marry you.
Yeah, I've got several proposals.
And he said yes.
Dang it. I was free last night at 1 in the morning. My schedule opened up. Awesome. We're going to play you guys a little, my hands are cold. Maybe one last question while I warm up my fingers.
How many violins do you own?
Well, I have 5 that I play on like a regular basis. And then I have about, I think, 12 violins, just between, some of them are just props, others are, but I have like 5 main ones. This one right here is Bushwhacker. That's one of my names.
Quality.
We're going to play Mirror House.
Thanks, you guys, for coming today and hanging with us.
Andy, what's happening? Andy,
Alright. Thanks for coming. I've been looking forward to this show. This is my, I don't know how many of you guys know, but I'm from Gilbert, so. This is my hometown show. And, that's right. Boom, yeah. So excited to be back home. Thank you for your support, your love, and just thank you for coming because you guys make it possible for me and all of us to do what we absolutely love. So we'll be back soon for the show.
All right.